So, there's this group of dudes who have become passport bros because apparently they can't find love and respect from Western women. And why, you ask? Well, according to them, it's because Western women just can't handle how amazing they are. So, instead of sticking around and trying to win over the ladies, these guys pack their bags and hit the road to search for love in far-off lands. But here's the kicker. When they find love abroad and start living their best lives, Western women get all salty and start throwing around accusations of predation, sex trafficking, and creepiness. Talk about sour grapes. These ladies just can't handle the fact that these guys are happy without them. The double standard is real, folks. Women with passports are praised for being cultured and sophisticated, but men with passports are labeled as colonizers, racists, and exploiters. What gives? It's like these Western women want it both ways. They want to be able to travel the world and find love, but when men do it, they get shamed for it. So, what's the deal with these women? Sure, I'll do my best to rephrase the statement in a more respectful manner. Some people believe that Western women might be critical of passport bros because they fear losing certain benefits they receive from men in their own culture. For example, some women may enjoy being taken out to fancy restaurants or having a backup plan in case they face financial difficulties. Additionally, some women may feel that they lose their social status or self-esteem boost when they are not able to reject or lead on men they consider to be of low value in their own culture. These passport bros apparently are causing quite a stir among some Western women. It's like they're the boogeymen of the dating world. You have to actively search for them to even find anything about them online. And yet, some women are acting like these guys are the biggest threat to their happiness since the invention of the selfie stick. Here's the thing. These women can't seem to make up their minds about passport bros. On one hand, they accuse them of exploiting women overseas. But on the other hand, they suggest that those same women are taking advantage of the men. It's like a game of dating whack-a-mole. You never know which argument they're going to pull out next. The real irony, though, is that these women are the same ones who love to clown on men they consider to be unattractive or losers. But as soon as those same men take their talents overseas, suddenly these women are all up in their business, trolling their dating lives like it's their full-time job. Some Western women are convinced that these guys are just being used for their money by women overseas. It's like they think that every foreign woman is some sort of gold-digging Bond villain, twirling her mustache and plotting to feast these poor, unsuspecting men. But let's be real here. Is that really any different from how dating works in the West? I mean, how many times have you heard a woman complain about a guy who doesn't make enough money or who isn't financially stable? It's like the dating scene is one big game of Monopoly, and everyone's trying to be the banker. So if some men are finding love and happiness overseas, who are we to judge? Maybe these guys have just realized that the dating market in the West can be a bit fickle. And honestly, if a guy has to choose between being seen as not good enough in his own country or finding someone who appreciates him for who he is, why wouldn't he choose the latter? I'm not against men traveling overseas to find love, nor do I support it. Let me tell you something, my friend. Men who travel overseas to find love are like Indiana Jones searching for the Holy Grail. They think they'll find some magical utopian fantasy land with perfect women who will worship them like gods. But let me burst your bubble. Women are pretty much the same everywhere. Their biological programming is like the software on your computer. It doesn't change just because you change the language settings. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't go on a quest for love. But if you're a Western man who thinks you can escape the horrors of Western women by bringing home a woman from a non-Western culture, you're in for a rude awakening. Because once she's here, she'll start assimilating to the culture and turning into the same kind of woman you were trying to get away from in the first place. And let's face it, fellas, we're not that special. In fact, we're just average Joes. So if you think you can keep your non-Western lady love happy by being a top 50% man, think again. Because just like all women, she'll start feeling entitled to the top 5% of men. And if a better opportunity comes along, she'll bolt faster than a cheetah on Red Bull. As globalization spreads, many countries are adopting Western cultural values and lifestyles. In the past, Eastern European and Russian women were highly sought after for their traditional values. But these cultures have also been influenced by Western trends. Today, it's common to see young women in these countries glued to their phones and social media, just like their counterparts in New York, London, or Paris. While there may still be a few women worth pursuing, especially in their early 30s, many younger women aspire to emulate Western women in appearance and behavior. As a result, some men are turning to international dating and seeking out women in other countries. This trend has sparked some frustration among Western women who feel that men are taking their resources abroad. However, for these passport bros, the appeal lies in finding a partner who shares their values and is willing to build a life together. The worst I've seen are the obnoxious women who keep yelling about passport bros. Typically, they are filthy, ghetto single mothers who have several kids with perhaps various guys while sporting repulsive weaves and wigs. Such human waste shouldn't ever have to be dealt with by a man. For years, men have been getting married to foreign women. One significant change is that more guys, particularly black men, are now vlogging about it. Although some may criticize Western women, I've discovered that the majority are simply seeking something that many Western women either can't or won't provide. There is nothing wrong with a guy going to the place where he can, first and foremost, discover a lady whose values he desires and also be able to maximize specific attributes of the woman as long as it's not predatory. Sincere Western women should change both their expectations and what they have to offer men if they actually care. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.